Hello, everybody. Just doing some hanging out. I did some weapon training last day or two. Figured it might be time to get some experience. I don't know where I want to kill though. Like maybe Lion's Rock. Uh, we'll find out. Because the dragons and stuff might be like busy. I finished dragons. I need gladiators, but I don't know if I necessarily want to go. I guess I could go gladiators. Probably need to go to Yalhar anyway. There's a good amount of stuff there. Though it might be packed with everybody that's playing and getting experience during all this. But we will see. Here. Channel. My channel. Boop. Alright. Yeah, let's just go to Theus. No, I need to go to Liberty Bay. Ah, god damn it. Theus. Yes. Liberty Bay. Yes. And go over here to this motherfucker. Oh, what's up, John? I just got chat up. Yeah, I'll join it. Pop out chat. What's up, John? Pop out. I was just, yeah, they have an event going on, so I'm trying to take part of it. Though I've been doing the weapon training for the last day or two. That takes. If you think of it basically like a Korean MMO, you're halfway there. Like it's just a lot of killing, and a vast majority of it is technically grinding out experience. It's just the website. It's free. So if I do, look at that. I did a command in the chat that I made. It's a free game, though. You know, it is. It has the modern day, like, hey, if you do the sub, you get all this pretty useful benefits. Though they did just make it where free accounts get more from it than they used to. I need to go in Discord and pump you up. There we go. Does it interest you at all based on the look of it? Eh. How's that been? Or are you still liking, I guess? Yeah, like the in-game stuff. Yeah. Then you quit after a while. Yeah, I found it hard to go back to New World. I really enjoyed it. Then I got to in game and I was like, well, I've done all the PvP I want to do. And then you start getting into the like I enjoyed it to some extent, like the politics of which guild owned which territory, but then it was like internal politics of who got invited to the defending. And then there was the the cheesing of like if you had the game in windowed mode and you like dragged it, you would be invulnerable. So people were doing that to successfully defend their land. And it's like how did this ship? I've not looked it up because I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But it's like you telling me no. Well, I guess if anybody found it in the like alpha beta testing, why would they report it when they can abuse it? It just seemed wild. Yeah, I had a. I probably told you this before on my server. The biggest guild and the people that had the first land. The guy's name was Her, like just Her, and people were like simps enough to believe it was actually a woman. So they gave this dude all their gold and stuff so he could get land. And then he did the whole like, oh, if you help me get my land with the money I make from having all the taxes and stuff, I'll help everybody else. And then he never did. Because he did, like, I think he did everything but say he was a woman. He just let people assume because the way he typed and then he did the ooh woo typing stuff. And it was so sad to see. Yeah. It was really fun, but just people suck. Yeah, but that one, dude, I played like pretty hardcore. It might be the last like good MMO I've played. Yeah, I guess of the newest ones. Third and Liberty didn't necessarily excite me. Like it looked fine. Maybe Arcade 2. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'm sure I would probably play it and be like, yeah, this is fine. I'm having a good enough time. Kind of like with the short time I played Arcade. Or not Arcade, Lost Ark. But then once you get all of the pay-to-win bullshit, I'm like, I'm done. Oh, really? So only a matter of time. Like, what do you buy? Like, what's the crafting? I feel like usually that's where they milk people off. Like, yeah, yeah. Like $100 real? Like you're paying? Oh, okay. I assumed so, but I needed to verify to make sure. Ooh, so you're gonna be paying a lot of money. Yeah, it's one of the things. Like if the game's free to play, I'm not always negative on paying for things, but that sounds like egregious. Yeah, but if somebody, I don't, I think it's if it's a new MMO, because like Tibia has things like you can easily pay money to make you have like an easier time by like, uh, I mean, it's like the World of Warcraft thing. Like you can, Tibia has a very similar thing where you can like, you're not directly buying things, but you can buy like an equivalent of a WoW token to then convert that into money, and then you're buying the thing. Tibia, I give it more of a pass because I almost solely play it single player. Uh, but it's also a game that would not be around anymore. But if you're making a modern day game and you're relying on that to make you money, then you shouldn't exist. I think. Yeah. I am always surprised. Not that this is what you just said, but I am always surprised when people like I play Marvel Snap. And granted, that game has gotten like almost the exact definition of in-shitification. That we're like all the benefits and like ease of getting cards has just gotten worse as the game's gotten bigger. So now for normal people, it's maybe slightly worse, and for the people putting money in, it's a better experience. I feel like with Marvel Snap, a lot of people now, instead of just seeing it for what it is like they're trying to milk more money out of people. It's like well, I'm happy that we have these roles because it makes the game free for me. I'm like, yeah, but then you're getting an inferior product. But people don't want to pay a box price for a game anymore. They would rather pay like thousands of dollars over the years than $60 up front just to try it out. Neither do I. But I just don't think it should strictly tie to as much power as modern games have started basically just selling. In any game, I've yet to see one where they're like, well, we don't sell power. I've yet to see that actually be fully true. Like, I don't remember if you remember or paid attention to the marketing behind Diablo Immortal. Where there was like, oh, God, it was like Weasley shit. It was like, you can't buy gear with monies. So it's like, well, technically that's true because you're not buying gear. You're buying like gems that you put in the gear. Yeah. Yes. And I think that's where I think his name was like something Chin or Shin. He was like, you cannot buy gear with money. And again, technically true. But he failed to mention that you can still buy power with money. Like that's the like Weasley shit that I feel like a lot of games do. Maybe that's what it is with Tibia, is they don't even try hiding it. It's like you can go to the store and just straight up buy like an experience boost if you wanted to. At least be shameless about it if you're going to do it. Because like people, like I don't think you've played World of Warcraft in a long time, but people are still trying to defend that. So you can't buy power. It's like, dude, you can buy a WoW token, and then that WoW token lets you get all the good gear off the auction house. Or I think this is like technically banned now, but you know people still do it. Where you would do, I don't remember what it's called, but where like an established group would take a whole bunch of players through a raid, and then they would bid on like the good gear. It's like it was for the longest time like a sanctioned Blizzard thing because like the players are the ones that created the system and they shouldn't, like Blizzard, I agree, shouldn't interfere. It's like, well, people are just buying the gold through official means and then paying players for the good gear that normally they want to be able to get. So like World of Warcraft is fully pay to win nowadays. But no MMO can come out with a box price and a sub and do like gangbusters. There was just one recently that came out, or was going to come out, and who was it? Like they just like reworked their whole like marketing model around it. Was it? God, I want to say it was like Wayland or something. Like the game just got released as like a full box price game, and they took the MMO nature out of it. Fuck, what game was it? Wayfinder, isn't that the one? That wasn't MMO, but like for myriad of reasons, it did poorly, and then they took it down and just made it a like co-op game. I think that was Wayfinder. Maybe the story's more complicated than I'm giving it credit for, but that's basically what happened. I think Concord's a good example too, though that's not an MMO. Though that they should have known better on that one. Releasing a game that already looks trash and expecting people to pay full price for it. Okay, so I finished this. There's a double XP weekend going on in Tibia, and all the, from what I've heard, all the like good experience spots are fucking crowded. Like I never see the people where I've been at, and everybody's taking the good shit. Ooh, I wonder if I can go kill the fish. Are the bosses that hard? I assume the game would be relatively... Is it the mechanics that have been in MMOs forever? Like, hey, don't stand in the circle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is the game at least good at making it known what you're stepping in is bad? Because WoW has gotten fucking terrible at that. Okay. Because WoW will have a red room that's already on fire with red circles on the ground that the boss is doing, and then your teammates are doing red on the ground as well. Then you're like, well, I don't fucking know where I'm supposed to be standing anymore. So like WoW people, this has been in forever, but WoW people have to like download an add-on that tells you when you're taking damage because it can be hard to tell, and it's called like GTFO or something, so you know to leave. New World had really good like dungeon bosses. I'm thinking of the one boss. I don't remember which dungeon it was because like all the names blended together, but it was the one where I think you were fighting a mage that would put like bombs down. Then one group had to like teleport to the left room, and another group had to teleport to the right room to clear it out. That was a cool fight. It was hard as shit though, depending on your party makeup, but. I had a group doing that, and eventually, like, we just knew we want to be able to, like, it just, with our party makeup, it wasn't working out, so I'm like, alright, let's just ignore all this and just burn it, like, we're going to go to the sections we need, and we're just going to, like, do range damage to the guy. Man, that actually makes me want to go back and play New World. I would have to buy it again. I ended up returning it. Yeah, God, they did... I don't remember what exactly... Oh, it was like... There was like another dupe, like gold dupe thing, and the economy got fucked even more. That I just put a ticket in with Amazon and be like, hey, dudes, like, yes, I've played like 100 hours of this game or something, but I'm getting so tired of the economy getting fucked over that like I can't do what I want to do at the end game because it's all these issues. And then they were like, all right, and they just returned it. Yeah, like I don't know if whoever I talked to should have returned it. Because if they would have said no, like, you know, it's like, well, yeah, I paid this a lie, I get it. Uh, but like I was just getting so fucking annoyed with the constant gold and like item duping. Like the game should have been like an early access thing or something. I heard they've made like you probably played it more recently than me maybe, but I've heard they made it way better. Like once they whatever the first like desert expansion was or whatever it was. Oh, okay. But yeah, it was some free expansion. Like I don't know, it's travel to the desert or something. I don't remember the name. How much is New World right now? 60? Nah. I guess just because do you know what the new thing is? Like what's actually different about it? Alright. I was thinking maybe there's some chance you've looked into it or you just knew. Because it's the like New World Eternum or whatever they're calling it. And I didn't understand why they were completely renaming it. How's heal? What class do you play in Throne and Liberty? How's the is there a support class? Okay. Some MMOs have gone away from it, and it's really fucking annoying. Like, I don't know what's happening, where they're like, well, everybody's a damage dealer. Okay. Yeah. Maybe what I said is not true, but like when I played Arcade, God damn it, Lost Ark, I was really annoyed that like the Bard was really the only like pseudo support class. Are you max level? Yeah. Okay. How many skills do you have? That you had like what? I don't know if you play games by like the traditional rotation because I don't. But like if you did a full rotation, how many abilities are you using until you use the first ability again? Right. All right. That's almost way too many for what I currently want, but I'll have to look it up because I do want like a new MMO, and I am feeling like I want to do a support class again. Because like Tibia has it, but it's not quite what I like. The druid seems boring as fuck in this game for how I want to play. But in like a new MMO, I kind of want to be a healer again. I just don't want to go back to WoW in its current iteration. Because in WoW, I had like nine's actually not bad. I don't know if that would be for healer as well, but in WoW, I think I had like 9 to 15 depending on the circumstance, like of just bullshit. Does Stone and Liberty do servers, or is it just like, hey, it's one big mega server? Ah, God damn it! All right. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, but it's always like just I don't like having to think about servers. Well, I mean, I don't have a character on there, but I was like, maybe I'll download the game and give it a look. do they have a dot class like a warlock? All right. I mean, I can just download the game and look at it. I just wasn't sure how much you might look at other characters, or do you see like big two-handed sword guide and usually go? Is that your like go-to for games? Oh, okay, okay. Like because I usually go for like a dot warlock type. Wait, are you playing with like? Did you make that character for a guild that you already in the game with, or do you play with like a defined group of people on games occasionally? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. I'm actually surprised. I feel like most people I know, like every motherfucker wants to be DPS, and that's why it's hard to find healers and tanks. Oh. Hey, hey, why are you down here? This is my hunting spot, you motherfucker. I was here first. Oh my god, this is it's kind of crazy for DPS. Oh, can you? I mean, I don't know if any MMO does this, but can you not be like, hey, I want to stay with the same group and just do a dungeon again? Okay, that's good. Yeah. I mean, it's always a good mechanic because I know like some shooters do it, but I don't know many MMOs that do it. When it's a like random queue, that is. How long is it going to take to download? 15 minutes. Because the only thing I know about Throne and Liberty is it got like pretty universally panned on like the combat feeling clunky, but I heard they fixed all that. Like you couldn't move and attack at the same time or something like that. What do you mean a certain mode? Is like changing like controller. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember reading about it before it came out. I guess I don't know if it was like released in different parts of the world, but like maybe the beta, people were like, "Oof!" Like every character feels stilted. Though that was a while back, and last I heard is they did a lot of reworking to make it feel better. Should put the prey system up. Oh, I got you. I can get. Oh no. It, hmm. this guy. Oh, I could challenge them. Yeah. How long did it take you to get to max level? Oh, so not too bad. But I guess you did. I don't know if you said it explicitly, but like maybe it's the traditional, just a lot more shit at the end game. So they're trying to maybe funnel people there a little bit quicker. I guess I work from home, so I could probably do it in a day or two. Hey, I leveled up. More of that. Somebody else here killing my shit. Let's minimize that. There we go. That guy shouldn't be up here. I don't know how, but I feel like somebody lured up a harder creature where I'm at. I've never seen him before. Come on, dude. You guys die? What's the death penalty? Just waste of time, kind of like WoW? Yeah. Wait, can you not see the fight as it's going when you die? Oh, is it like a different room or some shit? Hmm. I'm guessing you can't run back to it like there's an invisible wall or something blocking. Hmm. Do the bosses enrage? Do the bosses enrage? Like if you don't kill them after a certain amount of time? Huh. I thought that was a common mechanic, but maybe not. Yeah. I mean, most of my experience with MMOs is WoW, and they are very, like, I mean, if you don't kill the boss in the time that we think you should, they're just going to do, like, 100% more damage. I guess I don't know if that's a common thing. Hey, what's going, Santa? Oh, did he? Nice. Play this. Do you not play anymore, Santa Claus? What class was he that hung in there? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like quitting. Well, did you quit because you got tired of like the death penalty, or are you are you like the people that burn out from like power gaming, like getting like level like 800, then being like, nah, I powered game too much and I'm done. Or I guess people also quit if they feel like they're not making any progress, since it can take a while to level. Yeah. I feel like that's a common thing people do in this game because it's like the most touted way to play. If you can't tell, I just kill whatever I feel like, regardless of how uh, meta or beneficial it is. Because like there's a double experience weekend going on, and I'm just killing these motherfuckers. I did go look at dragons and stuff, just because I don't mind killing those, but there were people there, and I was like, I'll just do this. You're not coming over on the stream. I don't have Discord added. I could add it, but then if I happen to be in Discord talking, I don't want to presume that people want to be streamed out, even if I have like one viewer. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Apparel? Yeah, that's almost the. Well, I was gonna say I don't know if people watch my previous videos because then it's a lot of me just talking shit about how people play games nowadays. But yes, I'm very non-meta in damn near every game I play. Like I'll occasionally look things up because I feel like it would be crazy not to, because you don't want to play like extremely inefficiently where you feel like you can't do anything. Like that's why I have the gear I have, is like, okay, generally what is not shit. I use swords because I've always used swords. But yeah, I just kill shit that I can stand to kill for hours at a time while just chilling. Like I have a friend that's playing Throne of Liberty in Discord, so I'm talking to him while he's complaining about people not following game mechanics. In general, Santa, I've played on and off since like 2004. Different character, obviously. Well, I say obviously, but I don't level fast. This character I've had for maybe 6 years or so. But I go through. I feel like all Tibia players do this, but it's the I quit for a couple years, come back, play for a couple months, quit for a couple years, come back. So I would say this character is like 4 to 6 years of me coming and going every so often. This is probably the most I've played on one of the times I've come back. But it does help that I am streaming it to a handful of people, and then, you know, it's talking about a game and just shooting the shit while doing a generally monotonous thing. And I work from home nowadays, so it's pretty easy to find the time to play a game as opposed to like using your like personal time when you would rather just sit down and watch a movie or go do something. Because I have to be at the computer anyway for my job, so. Yeah, that's a long time. I don't think I've ever gone more than 3 or 4 years without playing it. But sometimes I only come back for like a week or two, maybe like a month. Like I sub for a month and then go and play something else that came out. I'm trying to remember why I quit playing last time, but like maybe New World came out. Because I get an itch every once in a while, but like, man, I want to play some Tibia. Yeah, it came out in 1997, like maybe June or July or something like that. A month or two before Ultima Online came out. I play on a optional PvP server. I played PvP servers back in the day, and there's just too many people that are anonymous psychopaths that I don't have fun doing it. Like I like the drama and maybe the like political nature of PvP, but I don't like people that PvP just because they're assholes. Like there needs to be more to it for me to get enjoyment out of it. In most PvP and all MMOs devolve into, hey, I'm going to kill this guy because I can. Then that guy dies. Then he's like, all right, I'm going to get my friend to join. Like, nobody's ever going to PvP if they think they're going to lose. So they either do it, like, slightly, or they do it because they know there are so many levels ahead. So people only PvP typically when it's a foregone conclusion that they win. Especially in Tibia with how punishing it can be. In like modern day, you can just look. That's probably why people hide their characters. So you can't see like their skills or anything on some websites. But like, if you don't know to do that, people are just going to look up your skills and be like, oh, I can kill this dude. So, you know, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to fight him. And if you're going to PvP, you might as well play like Heroes of the Storm or like Valorant, where you're on an even playing field. And skill actually matters. It was. And it was really fun when it was the Wild West. But I just don't know if I would want to deal with that again. Because a lot of that Wild West nature is what made me quit for so long between times. Like, I was on my druid making Ultimate Healing Runes on the fishing spot at the top of Khazad-dûm. Some guy... And, like, that one I understand. Like, hey, a guy sees me for... like, an hour making ruins. That is the reason he kills me. He doesn't kill me necessarily because he's an asshole. He's like, oh, shit. If I kill this druid, I get all these ruins for free. So that makes sense. And I have relatively fond memories of like trying to run away all the way back to a safe zone. But that also made me quit the game for a long time. He's like, dude, I just like wasted like 2 hours. Or however long making these ruins. And then I die just because... And nobody wants to interfere with it because nobody else wants to get tagged for PvP. Is the game personal loot, or does one gear drop and people roll on it like old WoW? Okay, okay, good. There was. One of my fondest memories. Sorry, I was listening to my friend on Discord. I do wish I recorded games back then of me playing because on whatever server I was on, like there's no way I'm going to remember which one it was back in the day since I lost my original account. I had a shop in Carlin, like the top shop, like stall next to the depot. And since I was like around like level like 15 to 20, I spent a lot of my time on the ice islands just killing bears for experience because it's what was available and getting meat. And then I would sell meat to a really high level at the time Red Skull player. And as far as I know, the guy was Brazilian. Like we did not speak the same language, but I sold him meat. He, if he ever saw me in the open, never fucked with me, never killed me, never did anything. So I like to think we had some mutual agreement of, I sell you meat, you don't kill me. Even if that person didn't see it like that, that's how I saw it since he never killed me. And it was like a cool moment that you would never get nowadays. So like the player, and that's the stuff that you can only get when there's not an auction house. Like the auction house, I think is really needed, especially as the player base of a game gets smaller. But like having, oh, and I've told this story on stream 1,000 times, but all the schemes people would do back in the day, like I was looking for a fire sword, and I have Carlin's always been my main town, and some guy was like, "Oh, I'm selling a fire sword if you come to Vinor," and he was selling it for like 200 gold less than what I was paying, or was like I was expecting, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll come to Vinor," and if you guys played back then, you would know they lured a giant spider on the road. So as I was going to the town, I got killed by a giant spider. And then they were on top of the rocks, came down, looted my body, and then just probably did it again. And like that stuff, probably for good reason, Kipsoft ended up making like, hey, you can't lure people up like 1,000 stairs. But it was cool in the moment of like, shit, like the game is even more scary on top of how scary it is. Yeah. They did. They nerfed it. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think you can only pull enemies up 2 holes instead of like an infinite amount. I think that's what they ended up changing it to. But it is, that's a good change. Oh, found a blue rope. Like the game is punishing enough. You don't need players making it even more painful. So those are, I think, the best changes they could do for that. And honestly, it's probably why a lot of people quit back then. Like getting fucked over by the game and like because you made bad mistakes is one thing. Getting fucked over by like every player in existence. Maybe that might be the one that somebody suggested me because I heard somebody mentioned to me a couple days ago about a documentary that was for Tibia, but I've not seen it yet. Is it the one that I guess is that so? Maybe it's a different one. Is that one explains stuff about that server? Because somebody mentioned one that explains about. Did somebody do our response? Or is that one that explains like the story of Tibia, the game itself? Oh, well, I guess this is maybe not a zone. Because the one I remember hearing was a documentary about the like timeline of Tibia or something like that. And odds are that might be like I'm not the only English speaking Tibia streamer on YouTube, but more often than not, maybe depending on time zone, it seems to be that I am. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to watch that then. Because I think I started playing when it was like it would have been around 2004, so 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, something like that. I thought it was 1 point something, but I think I was getting it mixed up with Counter Strike. I wish I had still had access to my original account. This was before I realized how important the recovery key was. Or whatever key. I wonder if they've always called it a recovery key. But I didn't realize how important that motherfucker was. And if you lost it, then good luck to you. For this account, since I made this account in like 2012, 2013 or something, I also didn't realize at the time how important that key was, but I still had access to the account. So I had to pay the $5 to get it mailed from like Germany or something like that. Okay, let's okay. Got a ban, I'm guessing the bot. Hey, Tibia, they've been around long enough, so if you even thought about it and have played it before, they're like, oh yeah, we got you. And I wouldn't be surprised if you ever watched a video of it. Google is probably like, oh hey, there's somebody in your region that's been streaming it, so we're suggested to you. And I guess this was more Facebook, but didn't somebody just get sued because they were like, oh yeah, we listen in on people's microphones on their phone to like suggest things. And the Facebook was like, the fuck you do? Which I kind of hate that that ended up being true, because for the longest time it was a conspiracy theory that like nobody could ever prove, because it was always like, oh yeah, I did Google that. Or my partner that shares the same account did Google that because we were talking about it. So it was always proven false. But now that it was admitted, it was like, well, fuck. Now everybody's always going to think it's always been true because now it is true. Oh, and if you haven't played Tibia in a while, uh, they've added like a talent tree of sorts, some gems that give you different bonuses, uh, weapon enchanting more or less. Well, there's imbuements which are weapon enchanting, Then there's these that like you give like a permanent little upgrade to your weapon. Oh yeah, people should never expect pure privacy on something that they don't own. Like if you use Gmail or Hotmail or anything, well yeah, fuck yeah, they're reading all your emails. Because what's the old saying? Yeah, I am. I just muted myself while talking to people in the chat. I probably need to turn you up too. You're still pretty low. Wait, let me boost you up. It's like if something's free, you're to the product. Or whatever the exact saying is. And I'm kind of surprised people have any, like, most of these companies know everything about you by now. Like, this has been proven time and time again. What was it with, like, fitness trackers and stuff? Like, where women would track, like, their cycles and all that, and then with that data and whoever they sold the information to, they were, like, sending women... they were sending women like, "Hey, you should start buying baby clothes and all that," because the aggregate of information knew the woman was pregnant before she knew, type situation. It was a bot that was like, "Hey, do you want to buy viewers?" And then I just banned it. Nah. I think people that buy viewers, if you go from like three, like because there's like the Twitch tracker or whatever. Usually I feel like it's pretty obvious when people buy it, because if anybody looks at that, which some people are like number watchers, which I think is weird. But it'll be like, man, this guy somehow went from like 3 average viewers to 1,000. And then like nothing happened. Yeah. I don't know if I could pull that off on Tibia. And like, who wants to spend the money on that? I guess it's like the fake it till you make it type thing. Oh, you talked in chat, John. Let's see. No, see. You play Destiny too? You have a Twitch thing that says Destiny 2, the final shape raid race. Yeah. That's like a badge that you have on Twitch. What's your other badge? Twitch Recap 2023, and then... Oh, yeah. Dang, you made your account in 2014? When did I make my account? For a long time, my account was banned because somebody stole it, then was like streaming porn or something like that. Because I had to get my account back in... I don't remember why. I think maybe I wanted to watch a streamer or something. This was like years ago. And then I was like, hey, somebody reason my account's back, but I've never streamed or anything. They're like, yeah, we can tell by the history that it wasn't you. Like, it was clearly stolen, and they just gave it back to me. How do you even see when your account was made? Settings, maybe. Now I'm curious when I even made it. You'd think it would be easier to find. Like, it would just say, do I have to talk in my own chat and then click on my name? This seems like a stupid way to do it, but alright. I made my account. Oh, dang, 2011. When did Twitch come out? Because was Twitch the one that was just in TV before? When did Twitch start? Holy shit, I guess I made an account on Twitch the same year it went live. I do not remember why. Since I don't watch streamers, it was probably because I was like, oh, I'm going to start streaming myself or something. If I started back then, who knows how big I would have been. Probably not at all because I would be streaming the same game. Me and Mark. I heard his new thing was actually pretty good. I only heard it because I think Moist Critical talked about it. Apparently, I think I could be wrong because I don't follow them, but I think it was Markiplier. He did something called like "Don't Sleep" or something. It was like a equivalent of like a mini TV series. Is that what it called? No. I don't know how to spell Markiplier. New show. The Edge of Sleep. I heard that was actually pretty decent. I don't know what they released it on now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm guessing... Is he a YouTube streamer or does he do Twitch? Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, I guess that'd be maybe YouTube then, because Twitch I don't think does content like that. Sure. And none of them giving props to the real people that started at Giant Bomb back in the day. No, like the Giant Bomb, and I guess to some extent GameStop, or not GameStop, GameSpot actually basically invented Let's Plays. They called it quick looks. They were the first ones actually like streaming to this extent, at least for American audience. Like obviously, I can't speak to how others did it in parts of the world that I am not privy to. But yeah, GameSpot and Giant Bomb, which were made from people that left GameSpot back in like 2006 or something, maybe even before, started their series called Quick Looks, where they would play through a game that just came out and like give their first impressions and all that, like mostly unedited. And then when YouTube came around, I don't think it was as big on Justin TV, but when YouTube came around, Let's Plays started getting real big. And for me, and this is like more of an old man yelling at Sky thing, for me it was always annoying being like, no, YouTube did not invent this, you guys just stole it from GameSpot. But like the early YouTube people are the ones that get credit for inventing it, and it's annoying to no end. It's like a Tesla situation where the wrong person gets the credit. Nah, that's my old man rant. It is a fair criticism, but it's annoying that like. Granted, I'm not the one that invented it, so maybe it should annoy me. But like in the annals of history, it's going to be whatever first like fuck ass Twitch or YouTuber streamer that's like this is like I don't know if PewDiePie is the would be the the one for the history books, but we're like because I don't watch him, so I don't know what he started on. But it'd be like, oh, this is the person that started Let's Plays. I'm like, you motherfuckers, like rewriting history over here. Because the wrong people are getting credit for it. see. When was Giant Bomb founded? So Giant Bomb, yeah, 2008. And they were doing the equivalent of Let's Plays, like damn near as soon as they started, and something that they called endurance runs, which is where they would do an entire series, play through an entire game. I think. Oh, I don't need to name every single one they did, but yes, it is. The wrong people are getting credit. Well, I guess let me make sure of that. Who invented... Well, I'm not going to fucking open TikTok. Let's play... all right. Let's do some on-air fact-checking. So, when was... 2011. Okay, there might be contention in history for this. Because from what I'm seeing, it says Rooster Teeth. I didn't realize Rooster Teeth was that old. So it says Rooster Teeth was founded in 2003. Giant Bomb was 2008, but when was GameSpot founded? Not GameStop, GameSpot. That's what I typed in. Fucking Google. GameSpot was 1996. All right, I'll have to do this another time. I did not realize Rooster Teeth was that old, though. These weren't Rooster Teeth the people that did... Who did Red vs. Blue? Was that Rooster Teeth, or were they eventually bought by them or something like that? Because is that just me that associates Red vs. Blue with Rooster Teeth? Like, they might not even be the same company, but for some reason I associate the two. Maybe because 5 months ago, Rooster Teeth shut down Red vs. Blue. So maybe they eventually bought them or something like that. I never watched it, but it was kind of hard not to watch some of their early Halo videos. Because some of them had the feeling of like the fake G.I. Joe videos of the day. Which I assume you were into those as well. Yeah. Me and my friends occasionally reference the body massage one. When are we going to Sabaros? Or whatever place. A while back, granted I was not necessarily invited, I wasn't part of it, but I'm inviting myself. It was the Sabaro, was this? I don't remember what place it was. It was the place with the flag. Because I think Sabaros is a pizza, but I'm not sure. You were talking to Jeremy about some place that have a flag. Does none of this ring a bell to you? Yes. That's what I was saying. I was not necessarily invited, but I'm inviting myself. Papados, that was the one that I'm specifically thinking of. Unless this was like a double date situation, then that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what people in long-term relationships do. How did that transition to that? Well, you were like, I needed to figure something out with my life. And I was like, did something happen? Yeah, okay. As one does occasionally. I try my best not to. Changing your build. I don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah. Hey, at least you can queue to it, and it doesn't like there's not like a daily limit of doing it or something like that. Oh, is there? Well, fuck. Can you buy the tokens with real money? He's like, you bet your ass you can. What happens if you're in a party and somebody else in your party queues? Do they use their token, or does everybody have to have a token to redo it? Get the loot. Oh, like equivalent of a key. Okay. I think when I played Dungeon Fighter Online, it had something similar. That sounds familiar. Or one of the games like that. I need to go get more potions. Yeah. Yeah. I had to do some of that in Arcade when I played that, where they opened the new area. Though that was kind of entertaining at the time, but I would hate to do it like consistently. That was only like a one-time event. Hey, look at that. I got 19 followers on Twitch now. Moving on up. Now I wonder if one of them was the bot that I just banned. I don't know how to find that out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't understand. Nothing. No. Oh, Patrick followed me. Oh, that means we were talking about it yesterday. Alright. I don't know if that necessarily counts, but. Yeah, I guess every follow, if people, it doesn't really matter. People just like seeing the number. So they're like, well, if other people are following him, I would be stupid not to follow him because maybe it's something cool. Then they tune in, they're like, oh, this guy doesn't have the big personality I'm used to. Is that still how? Well, again, I'm asking you as if you watch a bunch of streamers, but I wonder if that's still the common like big streamer, like big boisterous personality. Like even to this day with all the shit. Like in people's eyes, or like because he did admit to it. So like, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing people don't necessarily care, and I don't think people should care about people's personal life. But he did admit that he was talking to an underage or a clarified legally aged person, which I feel like if you have to clarify something like that, then you're doing it for a specific reason. Yeah, but I feel like people generally don't care about infidelity if it's not happening to them. But I mean, that's everybody in the world, right? You don't care about what happens to other people. Yeah, but I don't know. There's something about like anytime I have a well, what's a good example for this? It's like the like thou protest too much type situation that I don't know. In his tweet, he said that he did talk to. I think he originally said underage. Then he tried like playing that off as it like I did it to bait you guys. Ha ha ha. I'm like, I don't know if there's anybody in the right fucking mind or a lawyer that would say like yes, do this because it's you saying it. Like this is a important situation where I don't think like isn't he an adult? Isn't he like 40 or 50 something? Yeah, I don't know. It just seems wild to me, but uh, I don't know. I'm very much a believer of you don't have like enjoy the art somebody makes, not like it. Like you can hate the person, but their art can be not good. Like I still listen to some songs from artists that have like been accused, even found guilty of horrendous things, but I'm like, but it's a good song. The only one I do find it hard to go back to, and I think we talked about this before, is Louis C.K. I do find it hard to watch any of his stuff willingly. Probably not. But he's the only one that, for whatever reason, uh, because he like obviously he did something bad, but it was not like the worst thing that any public figure has done in for the last like month. Uh, yeah, but I do find it specifically hard to go back and like watch like Louis or anything like that. Oh, did you see? Speaking of people that are doing horrendous shit, did you see the 50 Cent thing on Diddy? It's pretty good. It's like it's an Instagram clip that's like a second long. But let me. Where are you at? I'll send to you on Discord. I assume you know about the general allegations, or about did it? Yeah. Or yeah, did it? Yeah. This 50 cent one. And I'm willing to put it. I've not looked at the exact source, so it could be edited in a funny way. So barring that, assuming it is as presented, it's like funny, and I guess I mean not the first time that we've heard it. Oh, when I was talking to Patrick yesterday, he also asked me. I think I mentioned it to you, but I can't remember when or why I specifically would have. Uh, but for a bit, I had the idea of doing a podcast with one of my good friends about energy drinks in video games. But it was hard to have him find the time because he does like wedding photography and videography and all that shit. Uh, so I ended up making a YouTube channel called Energy in Games. It did not take off whatsoever. Then Patrick was like, "Oh, I'll look up the videos." I'm like, "Please don't." Uh, uh, but it was entertaining. Because I still think it's a good idea, but like maybe I'm not the one to do it. Uh, and when trying to, like, because I told Patrick the name, he was trying to look it up. He's like, dude, I can't fucking find it. I'm like, yeah, I guess in retrospect, naming something Energy and Games, while I think is a great name because it's to the point of what it is, the SEO on it is fucking terrible because you're getting anything related to energy, and then games is just such a ubiquitous term. But the general premise of it was the beginning of the video, I rate and catalog an energy drink and rate it against other energy drinks I've had on the channel. Like, so every episode, because it would be like episodic, so to speak, where every episode would be me trying a new, different energy drink, and then reviewing that, cataloging it into an Excel spreadsheet, ranking it, filling out the information that I personally am interested, like sodium content, calories, if it's sugar, blah 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 on that, and then cutting to me playing a game I've never played before to like show off like a new game or something. I think it is a fantastic idea, but I might not be the one to be able to do it. I like the title, and it wasn't taken anywhere. But probably, again, it was probably not taken because the SEO is fucking terrible on it. Energy in Games. Since each episode would be a specific game, and I thought it just sounded better. I only did like 4 or 5 episodes of it. And if you search on YouTube, I don't think it comes up. Like, you would have to, like, specifically Google it. Because Death from Ace, which is obviously the name of my YouTube channel and all that, but more often than not, I come up for that since I've been using this name for fucking ever, both on YouTube and most other things. So, while nobody's specifically going to look it up if they've ever heard of the name, I generally come up immediately because it's not a name that I've ever seen someone use. Because it is a very much unique to me name. And it was until like a decade or two later I found out that people don't know how to read it. Well, because they don't, like, because Ace in my mind it's I don't know if I've ever had a reason to explain this before, but it's death from Ace because technically in the name I am Ace. So it's death from me as in I am killing you and so forth. Like a PvP game or something. But if nobody knows that because the way I capitalize it, they don't know exactly how to read it, and it just comes off as like some people think it's like death fromage or something like that, which I've had one person, I don't think that was you, I had one person read it that way, and they were like, I don't know, I thought it was a kind of cheese or something. But I think energy in games is a good concept. I thought it would do better too because energy drinks are pretty fucking big, especially nowadays. Like every company's like has their own. But again, I only did a couple episodes, and since I only drink one energy drink a day, it was kind of hard to do an episode where it's energy drink that might be shit, and it's like, well, fuck. Like my good one a day was used for this bullshit. Maybe I should start putting it again. Because this channel didn't, like my YouTube channel didn't necessarily take off. But I have fun doing it. And I've had it for fucking ever. I did think about making another one that I imagine somebody has done this or does do it. I'm not on like YouTube Kids or something. It would be like playing like old games that I played when I was growing up, like Spy Fox, and like just doing that. Yeah. Like, did you? Yeah. Yeah, this would be fun. I was thinking like more maybe edutainment type games because I don't know if you ever played Spy Fox growing up. But it was kind of like a kid-friendly, like a point-and-click adventure. More or less. Like, that's probably not the correct term, but that's how I would explain it. I played that when I was in, like, kindergarten. Or what? I was born what? It feels, dude, my beard's getting like a lot of gray hair now. Ugh. No, I think it looks pretty good on me, but still, it doesn't feel like I'm that old. No, I know some people go grayer, like way earlier. Like there was one guy we worked with at Best Buy that balded at like 24. Not really. I don't remember seeing you gray, but I don't know if you dyed your hair or maybe I don't pay attention to people's hair. Hey, like not that I would judge, but I'm trying to remember, and I'm like I don't think I ever noticed. But it's also not something I would be the one to notice. Like I think I told you this before about one time at Best Buy. I was washing my hands in the bathroom, And like Patrick, or I think it was Patrick, came up next to me. And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And then I look up and I was like, "Oh shit, did we get new new light fixtures in here?" And he's like, "Dude, these have been the same lights for like the last like 8 years." I was like, "All right, never mind." So has work been pretty cool for you recently? Because you've been on more than you've been in the past. Oh, is it like official? Because I knew you were looking for one because you mentioned like having I don't know, you're like not a recruiting thing, but like something to like assist you in finding a job, right? Oh, just done with it. Okay, you got a little bit of time. So trying to also leave on good terms. Yeah. Yeah, my job that I left a year or two back, I only trained the guy sort of begrudgingly because like I've never been the one to be like the one that knows everything at a job before until that one. Uh, so I guess for you would have to tell me this. Is it something that you're doing of your own volition, or is it like, hey, can you please stay on and like train the replacement type situation? Okay, but like they did not ask you like, hey, can you stay on and train? Okay. Okay. Because I always assumed that's how it would generally work is like the job would facilitate the opportunity to train the replacement. But when I left my job, it was like they didn't even fucking care. Like they weren't even going to like set up time or anything to train the guy. And I was like, well, I might as well train him, but like I really don't want to. Like I really liked him. Like he was a good guy to take over. But I didn't want to train him because like the bad energy when I was leaving and all the fuckery around it. I'm like I wanted them to like be in a bad spot and struggle. I just didn't want him to be in a bad spot. And then they told me like I feel like a lot of jobs do this to try to leave on good terms. And it was like, oh, if we ever need a seasonal employee, like we'll reach out to you because like I was really good at what I did. Like I'm the one that created all the like IT foundations for like our procedures. Uh, but either that was lip service, which is possible, or shortly after, like the more I thought about the job, the more I was like annoyed with how they handled a lot of things. That I left a relatively scathing like Glassdoor review. And I was going to put it under another department because when I was looked at, I was like, oh, nobody in my department has ever left anything for IT. And if I do one like IT here for like 6 years, it's obviously going to be me. So I did originally put it under like customer service or something because that's a lot of the jobs there. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like somebody has to be the first one so other people in IT are willing to post things. And I just said fucking posted it. Uh, could be the reason, but I never heard back from them when seasonal time came around. Because it was so obviously me. Like my writing style and the things I brought up. And it was a relatively small company. And anytime somebody left, me and some of my my friends there kind of looked forward to uh, like waiting for the new review to drop for the company because we knew it was going to be bad because a lot of the bosses there fucking sucked. I should probably reset this. So what kind of support do they have at Throne and Liberty? Is it just like a class, or is it multiple classes? Or is it one class but like different specs? Alright. Well, when you're getting healed, can you tell any difference between the healer? Is like, I don't know, I just got health now. Wait, are you saying, yeah, like that's just what it is? Like, hey, I got health now. You don't really worry how it happens? Well, I mean, can you tell the type of healing? Like, is it? Can you tell the difference party to party if it's a different style of healing? Okay. Which is fair because, like, I typically, when I'm doing damage dealers, like, I don't give a fuck as long as I don't die. But I was just curious if, like, you saw, like, you know, totem style and some WoW stuff and all that. I guess I should just look it up. Throne and Liberty classes. No, I don't care about weapon type. Or is it is it New World style where it's based on weapon and not necessarily class? Oh, okay. Because I looked up classes and it says weapon type showcase, and I thought that was wrong. Alright, I see sword and shield, great sword, longbow, crossbow. Okay. Staff weapon. I'm guessing just mage is staff weapon. Daggers, wand and tome. Shit. Okay, that's a support. Wand and tome is support. Okay, so just wand and tome and whatever that all entails. Supports friendly players with healing, magic, and buff skills. A curse skill that not only helps parties survive, but also weakens enemies to maximize friendly players' damage. Especially effective in boss raids or team fights. Okay. And you're a great sword. Let's see. Staff. Control the elements. Devastating damage. A lot of this reads very similar to oh, goddamn, I'm typing again. Black Desert. Like, I feel like the writing style is similar. Does somebody have a skill where they make a coffin? Like under the picture for staff weapon type, there's just a YouTube video that just shows like a floating coffin. Oh no, that's an enemy type. It looks like that has like a coffin or a chest on the back. Okay. Did he do good? Because that's clearly that means he's doing BDE. But based on your no, it sounds like maybe you guys wiped. So he did not eat those cheeks like promised. What class is he? Well, I don't remember seeing. Oh, I guess is the only tank really the sword and shield? Well, you're a great sword, right? Just to re-verify. Like as a great sword user, is it just your build is your build, or is there any room for like distinction between you and other great sword users? Well, what choices are you? Is it strictly like New World, where you're just making like maybe some choices on like your weaponry? Okay. Is there anything that you can do to make that dungeon easier, other than getting the item that you need in the dungeon? So the other players need to go do some other shit. Let's see how bad this fucks me up if I try opening a wobbling tibia. I should probably get to a safe spot within tibia before I do this, but... yeah, that would only be the smart thing to do to make sure I don't die in this extremely punishing game. I just moved the game to my other monitor. Man, you can tell one monitor looks way better than the other. With like the colors. Colors, man. English, English. I ended up buying a better 1440p one, and I have the other one. I think it was only 75 hertz. So, do you do classic mode or action mode? I'm guessing action. Yeah. Seems like what you should play it on. I use headphones. Okay, let's do that. I mostly just want to make sure I make it on the correct server. The Throne of Liberty. I want to launch it to make sure I make it on the correct server before you happen to not be able to contact you on which server you're on. Ah, well, this would be the time, I guess. Now it takes me straight to the server screen. Some MMOs tell you like top left or top right. Maybe if you go to the menu. Let's see. Let me type in Throne and Liberty, how to see what server you're on. The server your tune is on is at the top left, is all it says. Yeah, I looked it up and that's the first thing that came up. I don't know. They didn't give context. Go to the shop, then click change servers. The server you're on says at the top left. XER. Okay. Alright, we can skip all this story shenanigans. Who plays an MMO to pay attention to the story? Not me. Randomize appearance. Yep, looks good to me. I spend no time on character creation in any game. I was talking to somebody the other day. They were surprised I do no character creation and I almost never change the default UI. Oh, we have a Wild Hunt looking character right at the start. From Witcher. Oh shit, I have to fight right at the start. Oh no. Oh, I'm in Tibia. I wasn't planning on it making me play. Alright, well, I got the character, so that's all I needed. I can move Tibia back to the main screen. There we go. Oh shit, I already leveled. Holy hell. Dude, this double experience event going on is crazy. Last time it took me like hours to level here. I should exit the game. Oh, are there professions in the game? Oh, I thought I just heard you say chop down trees. I'm like, oh, is there like wood cutting? Do you just do it, or like do you level it up? New world. Okay, you just can cut down a tree. Okay. I wonder if I can easily kill those guys now. Got my skills up a couple times. And got a couple levels. Let's see if I die. Oop. Nope, still too strong. I can't survive that. How long did it take me to level 2? About an hour. These guys just carry a lot of money, so I don't get much out of... Like the blue robes are few and far between, but just the pure gold seems to be pretty good. Especially with the prey I have going on. Maybe like 100 apiece or something. The active prey bonus, doesn't that mean like they're dropping this and they wouldn't have otherwise? So am I getting more gold from the bonus, or am I getting any gold at all? It's like I don't know exactly how that part works. Looks like I'm mostly breaking even. I didn't realize I hit it that much. Or does 1 minute left? Still at 300. So I have an hour left with my stamina bonus. These even sell for anything? Maybe not enough to make it worth saving to sell. Fucking run. Might end up finishing out the core prey and then maybe get off for the day. I'm not like usually during the weekend I'm doing other stuff, but I was like, I want to get some double XP in since I won't have time to play this weekend. And I got 2 levels, so that's good enough for me. I don't know what that sound was. I might have hit a specific key. I just had other stuff going on, so I did some weapon. I think I used 2 8-hour weapons. Train got my skill to 104. I wanted to get 105, but I didn't want to buy a whole nother weapon, then train for another 8 hours. Like maybe I'll do that. I just don't know if it's necessarily worth it for what I'm wanting to do. I would be curious to go back from my video from the other day when I was only like at 101, 102, uh, and see generally how much damage I'm doing against them now versus then, to see what like the 2 points are really adding. So I feel like I'm fighting them the exact same way, but I'm probably killing them in one hit faster or something. I'm not sure. Let's just... You running? You still here? Seems like you're still here. Just, dude, just fucking break invisibility. I need to get those fireball runes on me for that shit. They just don't want to become visible. Okay. Ooh, I'm almost out of room. I should go back to town. Oh, well, this works out. Kill these. It's probably the gold taking up the most, right? Yeah, by far. Which is good. Like, that's where I'm making most of my money on these guys. What if I can drop that to pick up the gold? Nope. Drop the food. Okay. I do need to do this. Now I need to step away for a minute, so I'll come up here. Yes. How much time is left? 23 minutes? Maybe not enough. Yeah, I feel like most of my gold, if not all my gold, is from the fucking just cash I'm picking up. So my loot, 18,000. Let's see what this is. Yeah, damn near all of it's just the gold. Those guys don't drop shit other than that. Which is good. Sometimes it's better just to have it. But that's if that's what I'm making my money on, that's where my weight's going. Still all those. Oh, the update when I can stow rings needs to hurry up. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I'm back too if you are, John. I might not be back. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. How much time I got left? Oh, is it only 23 minutes of combat time? That's cool. I didn't realize it would stop. I didn't realize this would stop when I, do the shit. What does this say? Automatic bonus reroll? These ticket options automatically roll for a new prey bonus whenever your prey is about to expire. Oh, that's neat. So you can just keep it rolling. That seems like a bot could be made for like, hey, whatever the new thing is, if it's in this list, go to this area, kill it, then go keep on. If I knew how to make bots, that's probably what I would do. Like read this text situation. Yes. Food. Gold. Give me my gold. Pop, 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 pop. Maybe I'll... trying to think if I'll also stream Throne and Liberty, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just do that and play with my friend without streaming everything. You get bled. Boom. And there we go. Come on. Only one? I thought I heard multiple invisibility sounds. Oh, I made to get off. Yeah, there we go. I guess I could do a lower level attack when I know they're in front of me. Doesn't have to be the big one. That's good. Grill. I am close to killing the full amount of those. God damn it. Get him up. Get him away. We'll bleed you. Okay, I'm trying to make it where they have to run down if they're going to start running. Good. Oh, I also started watching a new anime the last week or so called uh, like Not Allowed in Another World or something. It's been very good. No real segue to that other than I've been watching it and it's been pretty good. Got those motherfuckers done. 25? Alright. It's adding up. Yeah, I am. I'm almost done with my Tibia stuff. Then I might take a little break and then jump on Throne and Liberty. Well, I should get done with the tutorial Throne and Liberty. I assume it's like only a couple minutes long. You got a charged one. Yeah. Day or two. Yeah, I mean, wireless has had a history of being unreliable for like most computer things. So that maybe part of the big deal on going between them. From what I've heard, yeah. Sure. Yeah. So you bought an $800 pair of headphones. Doesn't seem too bad for a good pair of wireless headphones. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Huh. Why didn't you open it? Yeah. I still use like a $20 pair I bought from Walmart. Yeah. 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 Oh, okay, okay. Yes. Yes, it's extremely noticeable. I would say this sounds more tinny, whatever you're doing, and not as good. Yeah. In a different way. So, like, however you're talking now, it does. Like, I don't think I would have been able to pinpoint it if you didn't just switch. The one you're on now sounds vaguely like you're further away in a weird way. Like you're like the best equivalent I can think of is like if you were coming through like a tin can. Like it feels smaller in scope on the sound. The other one's more, yeah. The other one's more full. Like it sounds good. The other one's more full, but it sounds like louder with a little bit of a distortion around the voice. Like honestly, you might be able to hear it on this. Well, no, I don't have you coming through the stream. It doesn't sound bad, but it's just different. Like, I'm trying to think of. Yeah, keep on talking. Like I don't know. Talk more about Throne of Liberty or something. All right. The more you're talking on it, maybe it doesn't sound as harsh as I thought the first time. Like it does sound the second one, the one that you've not been talking on, does sound more like your actual voice. At least how I remember you talking. So what are you talking on now? Yeah, like both are doing something to your voice, but the second one that you're no longer on does sound more true to how I recall you actually sounding like. Like this one is more clean. Like it's like I don't know, doing something to your voice where it sounds more clean, but the other one sounds more natural to your actual voice. Because I was like, granted, some of this could be I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on audio, but like I've spent a lot of money on like different mics. Like I bought the Rode XLR mic and all that, and I just couldn't get it sounding good. Like the one I'm using now, like I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's like built into like a $40 or $20 Logitech headset, and I think it sounds fine. So like I ended up returning like hundreds of dollars worth of equipment just because I'm like I can't figure out how to make this sound good. Granted, that's why people pay audio people to figure it out and get it all set up, but I bought like a little DAC or like whatever, like a Scarlett little tuner thing. I put the XLR mic in it, and I couldn't figure it out. Somewhere around here, I do have a Razer speaker microphone of sorts, and I couldn't get that sounding good either. I've heard people use, is it DACs? Audio DAC? Digital to analog converters. I hear people use a lot of those. But no, neither sound bad. The more you ended up talking on the second one, it was less, well, like I said, it was less like jarring than like the didn't seem to buy the Switch back to back. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. On Discord? I mean, mine has a check mark next to it, but it doesn't say certified or anything like that. So I guess I'm not legit over here. It's probably been like, hey, it's been tested with it or something. Yeah, I definitely do not have that. Yeah, I don't even. Audio. Oh, you just broke up hard on that. It was like your internet was going out situation. Oh, okay, okay. Discord certified, they test most aspects of a headset to make sure it's good enough for any mic use, not just Discord. So I found this. I don't know if you necessarily care, but it looks like it's been tested to some extent. Because occasionally, like, do you ever use Artings? It's a website where they review a whole bunch of stuff. But I use them, and like occasionally I'll look at their headsets. Because they, at least at the moment, don't review microphones specifically. But every time I look at their gaming headsets or whatever that have a microphone on it, the one I have is still pretty consistently uh, like high up on the list of like good enough. Though like their testing methodology changes, so you can't necessarily compare one score with a different test to the new one. But it's like it works, it does the job, and none of the other ones built in are like amazing. So it makes me feel good not going out to just to buy a new headset because mine is relatively old by now. And for better or worse, Logitech has me in their ecosystem. I like being able to tweak all the settings within one app as opposed to having one for each. Once I get back to town, I can pipe through Discord on my side and then timestamp the sound so you can hear both of them if you want. Okay. It's a noticeable difference, but both have a distinct like benefit. Because like I ended up buying like a $100 or $200 like I don't know how to say the name of the brand, like Sonos or Sanus or some microphone brand that I thought sounded decent, but it ended up being like my brother liked the sound of the more expensive one because it was like like it had deeper tones in it. But this one was a little bit more, I guess, tinny, but like lighter. And my other friend liked the way this one sounded more than the other, so it ended up just being, subjective. I guess like most things in life. But then it was like, well, if it's already 50-50 and this is like a $150 mic, then if it's not noticeably better, then fuck it. Like it's a waste of money. At least for my use. Like I'm not over here needing like professional mic. I wouldn't mind it, but I also don't like huge like mic arms in my face. Like they just get in the way. It's the only reason I don't try harder on finding like a mic is I just don't want a fucking arm. Like they're always like I want nothing in like my view or my periphery that's just hanging there. I've tried getting one that just sits in front of me, but then the distance I would have to be to talk was far enough that I was like, well, this isn't quite working out the way I want either. I'm sure they make mics that can pick it up from that far away, but then, I have a keyboard that doesn't make a huge amount of sound, but makes enough that you would easily be able to hear it. And I think I have my settings where you can hear my keyboard here and there, but it's not like a consistent tapping, at least from, last time I did some trial and error. All right. this. Stow, yes. Okay, I think that's going to be enough for me today. Stream about 3 hours. Got 2.5 levels. Pretty good. I'll try streaming tomorrow, but I don't actually know when does the event end. So I would like to get more levels, but I don't normally play or stream on the weekend. Event schedule. It looks like it says it's going on tomorrow. So that should be good. Oh, actually, I have to go in the office tomorrow. Fuck. I'll have to set up a new computer for somebody that like last minute got hired. So that sucks. But yeah, I do have to go to the office tomorrow, at least for a bit. So we'll see how that goes. Jesus. Hopefully they're training something new because this is crazy.